Hey guys, welcome back to another episode of Kairos Crypto. So today we are looking at a massive showdown forming in the world of crypto. On the one side, we have Ripple. We just dropped a massive announcement regarding the tokenization of real world assets or RWAs. They are running a pilot program. If that succeed, could eventually funnel billions, even maybe trillions of dollars onto the XRP Ledger. And on the other side, we have Ethereum. Vitalik Buterin, the co-founder of Ethereum, just made a surprising announcement about the future of the network. He is signaling a major shift in strategy, and it changes the way we look at the competition between these two giants. This matters because both Ripple and Ethereum are just fighting for the exact same prize, the top spot in the world of tokenization. For a long time, the XRP Ledger, that's the network XRP lives on, was falling behind, but things are starting to heat up. So in this video, we are going to break down what is happening with this new Ripple deal and why Ethereum is pivoting back to basics and what it means for your portfolio. And before we move further, don't forget to like, subscribe and hit the bell so you never miss our next deep dive. Alright, let's jump in. Let's start with Ripple. The big headline here is Ripple is providing the infrastructure to tokenize 280 million worth of diamonds in the UAE. Now, if you know anything about United Arab Emirates, you know it's a global hub for luxury, for gold, for diamonds, for high-end assets, and that's their bread and butter. So it makes a perfect sense that they would want to bring these assets onto the blockchain. But why tokenization? And why do we need digital diamonds? Think of it this way. In the physical world, proving that diamond is real, ethically sourced, and high quality involves a mountain of paperwork. And paperwork can be faked, it can be lost. When you tokenize that diamond on the XRP Ledger, you create a digital certificate that is impossible to fake. You can track that diamond history, prove who owns it, and trade it instantly without having to ship the physical stone halfway across the world. Ripple is providing the custody infrastructure for this. In plain English, that means they are providing the digital world to keep these assets safe. Now, it's important to keep your expectation in check. This is currently a pilot program. Means it's a test run. It's strictly for institutions, big banks and companies. So you and I can go buy these diamond tokens on our phone just yet. But here's the key point. If this test goes well, it proves that XRP Ledger is safe and efficient for high value assets. If big institutions trust XRPL with 280 million worth of diamonds today, they might trust it with billions in real estate and bonds tomorrow. Let's look at this scoreboard because the numbers don't lie. I did a deep dive into the current state of tokenization on the XRP Ledger. And right now, excluding this new diamond deal, there is only about 235 million worth of tokenized assets on the chain. Compare that to Ethereum. Ethereum is currently the heavyweight champion with roughly 14.4 billion in tokenized assets. So when you look at the global market for these assets, which is around 24 billion in total, Ethereum controls 50% of the entire pie. So we have to be realistic. Ripple is clearly the underdog here. They have the massive mountain to climb to catch up to Ethereum. However, a single 280 million deal effectively doubles their stats overnight. It shows that momentum might be shifting, or at least that Ripple is finally ready to compete in the big leagues. Now let's flip the coin and talk about Ethereum. For the last few years, the narrative around Ethereum has all about layers 2. If you are new to crypto, think of Ethereum layer 1 like a busy main highway. Because it was so busy, it becomes slow and expensive to use. So developer built layer 2s. They are like express lanes built on the top of highway to help traffic move faster. But recently, Vitalik Buterin came out and said something fascinating. He basically announced that Ethereum Foundation is going to stop focusing so much on these layer 2 express lanes and shift their attention back to the main highway, the layer 1 base layer. So why this sudden change? Well, the original idea of layer 1 would just be a security foundation and everyone would do their business on layer 2. But Vitalik pointed out a problem. The layer 1 actually getting much better at scaling, but the layer 2s are still struggling to become truly decentralized. In simple terms, the express lanes are still a bit too controlled by these small groups of people that introduces risk. This shift is actually very bullish for Ethereum's long-term survival. It seems like developers have realized that complexity is the enemy of adoption. Retail investors, People like you and me and the big Wall Street firms both want the same thing: simplicity. We want to tokenize an asset and move it from point A to point B securely. We don't want to worry about bridging across different network or trusting a third-party layer 2s that might have security holes. By making the base layer of Ethereum stronger and faster, they are making it a more attractive home for the world's money. So, what's the big picture here? We are seeing the start of a massive trend. Tokenization is not just a buzzword anymore. We aren't talking about financial numbers on the screen. We are seeing diamond, gold, luxury goods and real estate moving onto the blockchain. Currently, traditional finance is just dipping its toes in the water. We are in the very early innings of this game. I wouldn't be surprised if we see Ripple's XRPL starts to capture a lot more of this market, especially in the US as regulations becomes clearer. At the same time, Ethereum is hardening its infrastructure to remain the quote Wall Street favorite. Here is the silver lining for us as investors. You don't necessarily have to pick a side. Both of these chains are positioning themselves to be the infrastructure of the future global economy. I hold both and I have nothing against either. It's just exciting to see how this space continues to evolve. I would love to hear your take on this. Do you think Ripple can actually catch up Ethereum in this tokenization race? Or Ethereum's lead too big to overcome? Drop your thoughts in the comment below. And if you found value in this breakdown, smash that like button and subscribe so you don't miss the next big update. Thanks guys for watching. Stay happy, stay blessed, and I will see you in the next episode.